The BlackBerry brand will always have a special place in my heart. When I got my first BlackBerry, the Bold 9000, it was the phone that placed communication and efficiency above all else. And at that point in my life, it was all I needed from a smartphone. Even though I have not used a BlackBerry device as my main phone for years now, with the newly announced Titan II Elite and the Click's communicator reigniting interest in the brand again, I thought it would be fun to do a throwback video of the BlackBerry Q10. By the way, I'm Vice from Vice Tech. Let's get started. One of my favorite BlackBerry devices. First impression counts, and the BlackBerry Q10 definitely score points in that department. It has a handsome utilitarian design that has stood the test of time. The build quality of the phone is superb as well, with its metal frame and grippy glass weave back. The screen is pretty tiny at 3.1 inches, but it does mean that the phone is really compact and really easy to use one-handed, which is another reason why I still like it so much. The keyboard takes up 1/3 of the front of the phone, so if you're interested in this form, you're probably not going to be doing a lot of media consumption on it. You're going to be typing, which is great because BlackBerry really knows how to make great physical keyboards. While virtual keyboards has gotten really good too, they don't provide the same tactile typing experience. But that's not the only thing the keyboard is good for. It enables some really handy features too. You can set a shortcut to most of the 26 alphabets on a keyboard to launch an app, compose a new message, speed dial, or set up a few other shortcuts. There are also some other shortcuts within apps, which makes navigating around the interface a bit quicker, provided you can remember all of them. Another nifty feature will be the ability to just start typing on a home screen to search for anything on the phone, or use it to trigger an action like posting a tweet or sending a message to someone. These might not sound like much, but it does make it a bit quicker for you to get things done. It still runs well even on a Q10's almost 12 years old hardware, a testament to how well it's optimized. The user interface is one of the unique features of the platform, using swipes to navigate around. It has a bit of a learning curve, but it's quite intuitive once you get the hang of it. This gesture-based interface allows access to the BlackBerry Hub no matter what you're doing on the phone. If you don't know what BlackBerry Hub did, it basically consolidated different communication services and notifications into one single location, making it a convenient one-stop shop for most of your communication needs. So you can even send, receive WhatsApp messages, SMS, emails, Twitter direct messages, all from within BlackBerry Hub. It used to be able to support more services, like Facebook, for example, but sadly, as app developers dropped their support for the platform, the Hub is no longer as useful feature in today's time. Using the BlackBerry Q10 again really brings back memories of the good old Craigberry days. The Q10 came out at a time where BlackBerry fans were still full of hope for the future of the platform, and perhaps the phone is best remembered that way. It was a bold endeavor from BlackBerry to carve out a unique path of their own. Of course, we all know how it turned out, but that doesn't make the BlackBerry platform any less impressive. It has been a good run for the company, but I think it's time to stop looking back and start looking towards the future. Having used the BlackBerry Prif and seeing what the new Android phones bringing back the physical keyboards, it gives me hope that perhaps the BlackBerry name will continue to stick around, because every time I see a physical QWERTY keyboard on a smartphone, I think of the BlackBerry. If you like this kinds of video, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and have a great time, and see you on the next one. Peace.